Dhritarashtra and Pandu were brothers. Dhritarashtra born blind. Dhritarashtra, the elder brother named Pandu, was barred from being king. Si Dhritarashtra hindi siya pwede magiging hari. So, he married Ganhari and had 101 children, called the Karavas, headed by Desha's Duryodhana. Si Duryodhana mo ni siya ang eldest son ni Dhritarashtra. Then, Pandu, the younger brother ni Dhritarashtra, assumed the throne. His sole wife, si Kunti and Madri, had five virtuous children known as the Pandavas: Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. Pandu died young. Pandu namatay. His sons were brought up by Dhritarashtra. The Kauravas and the Pandavas were brought up together by Bhishma and Drona, and were taught the art of warfare and given a good education. As they grew up, Duryodhana became jealous of the Pandavas' glory. Naselos siya kay mga Pandavas mo ang ano, kini mga Pandavas ang parang hindi pinapataas sa mga tao. The Pandavas married Draupadi, the daughter of Drapada. Dhritarashtra consulted with the wise men in his court regarding the inheritance and said, I will give half the kingdom to the Kauravas and the other to the Pandavas. The Pandavas named their half Chandraprasthra and built into a great city. Soon, Yudhishthira held a Rajasuya Yagna which was attended by many kings and was unanimously accepted as the king of kings. Duryodhana wanted to fight the Pandavas. His evil uncle Sakuni devised a plan to defeat the Pandavas and take Indraprastha from them. Yudhishthira accepted the invitation and went to Hastinapura. And when to Hastinapura, Sakuni cheated and the Pandavas lost everything from their burials to their kingdom. Finally, Yudhishthira staked Draupadi and lost her too. Duryodhana ordered Dushana to bring Draupadi, and Dushana dragged her out. They insulted Draupadi, but she was saved by the grace of Lord Krishna. Duryodhana said, you have to spend 12 years in the forest, and then one more year without anyone recognizing you. If you are recognized, you will have 12 more years of exile. For 12 years, the Pandavas lived happily in the forest. After the 12 years were up, their period of hiding had come. They decided to go to Matsya, the kingdom of King Virata. The Pandavas disguised themselves and went to King Virata, court-seeking work in the palace. King Virata employed them. Yudhishthira, who was rich as a priest, amused him with his wit. Bhima was employed as a cook. Arjuna, who was rich as a woman, was called Bihanala and was a dance teacher to the princess. Draupadi, who called herself Sayaranji, was to be a companion to the king. And so, the Pandavas took up their job in the palace. King Virata's brother-in-law, Kishaka, was great man and he became a loving Draupadi. Draupadi complained about Kishaka to Bhima, who said, I will teach the tyrant a lesson. I have an ideal lesson, and he whispered his plan to Draupadi. Draupadi agreed, and so the next day, when Kishaka accused her guest, she pretended to relent and said, I will wait for you in the dancing hall tonight. Kishaka was thrilled and said, Fantastic, I will come. That evening, Kichaka went to the dancing hall. Bhima, who was hiding their pants on him. There was a violent brawl and Kichaka was killed. The next morning, news of his death spread and reached the Karavas. Did you hear of the news from Masya? Sakuni asked Duryodhana. Yes, only a massive warrior like Bhima could have killed Kichaka. Let's attack Masya from the north. King Siddhartha can attack it from the south. If the Pandavas are hiding there, they will help Virata, said Duryodhana. Very clever Duryodhana. They will be forced out of hiding, and when they are recognized, they will have to go back to the forest for 12 more years Varian and Varian, said Sakuni. Soon, Shikarta attacked Masya from the south. When Yudhishthira heard of this, he offered his and Bhima's service to King Virata. The king agreed the battle was instead and the enemy was defeated. In the meantime, in the capital, Prince Uttara received news of the Kauravas' attack from the north. Arjuna, dressed as Bhimahana, said, "O friends, in the absence of your father, you must fight the Kauravas." The prince said, "I would go, but I don't have a chariot." Hearing this, the Sati said, "Prince Bhimahana is an accomplished charioteer. She will drive the chariot for you." Soon, Bhimahana brought up a chariot to the palace, and the reluctant prince went to war. On seeing the might of the Kauravas' army, he said, "No, I can fight such great warriors as Bhima and Drona." Uttara climbed the tree and found the weapon. He said, "Vihanala, how did you know we were here?" Arjuna replied, "I know because I am Arjuna." Uttara and Arjuna fight side by side. The Kauravas were beaten, Duryodhana said. "Beaten by a woman? How disgraceful!" Bhishma replied. "That was no woman, that was Arjuna." Meanwhile, Uttara returned to the capital victorious. His father was already in the capital and welcomed him with open arms. Well done, Uttara. I'm proud of you," he said. Uttara said, "Father, it is Arjuna who won the battle. We know him as Bihanala." Now the king knew that his praise of folk were also the Pandavas and said, "Forgive me if I was ever offensive to you, Francis." Meanwhile, in Hastinapura, the Kauravas were rejoicing. "Arjuna has been found. They will have to go back into Israel," said Duryodhana. However, Bhishma said, "No, the day he was discovered, the 13th year of their exile has ended. You will have to give back their kingdom." On hearing this, the Kauravas were angry and said, "No, we will not give it back." When Yudhishthira heard of the Kauravas' unwillingness to return the kingdom, he said, "Krishna, I don't want a war. Won't you please talk to Duryodhana?" Krishna agreed and set out to convert the Kauravas. However, no matter how hard he tried, Duryodhana would not listen to reason and was determined to fight the Pandavas. So Krishna returned with the news that war was inevitable. Just before the war, Arjuna asked Krishna to support him during the battle. Krishna agreed and became Arjuna's secretary and gave his army to Duryodhana. Arjuna led the Pandava army into the battleground of the Kurukshetra. He looked at the Kauravas army and said, "O Krishna, how can I fight my own king? I don't want to kill them for a mere piece of land." Krishna said, "Arjuna, it is evil that you fight, and evil that it will kill. You are a warrior, and it's your duty to fight for a court. You can only kill the body and not the soul. Have faith in me and do your duty. Krishna's words moved Arjuna and he fight bravely. Days went by and at the end of the ninth day, Yudhishthira said, our only hope is killing Krishna. On the 13th day, Arjuna's son Abhimanyu was killed. When the news reached Arjuna, he vowed, tomorrow before sunset, I will kill Vyasa, the cause for Abhimanyu death. If I fail, I will eat fire. The Kauravas surrounded Jayadratha from all sides and pretended Arjuna punished him. Arjuna became get worried and said, Krishna, there is only an hour left for sunset, and we haven't been able to reach Jayadratha yet. All of a sudden, the sun disappeared and it became dark. The Kauravas were vigilant. Arjuna has to eat her now. They yelled, but the sun had not really set. The Kauravas were vigilant. Arjuna has to eat fire now. They yelled, but the sun had not really set. Krishna had to play. The Kauravas were jubilant. Arjuna has to end fire now, they yelled. But the sun had not really set. Krishna had played a trick. He charged forward soon as Arjuna avenged his son's fate. On the 15th day, the Pandavas played another trick on the Kauravas. When they were unable to defeat Drona, Bhima shouted, Ashwatthama is dead. Drona turned to Yudhishthira and asked, is my son really dead? Yudhishthira said, Ashwatthama has been killed, but he was referring to an elephant named Ashwatthama. Overcome with grief, Drona was soon killed by a troll. He jumped into a pool to ease his shame. The Pandavas found him there and said, well, Duryodhana, do you accept defeat now? But Duryodhana said, no, I will fight you. So Duryodhana and Bhima fight a duel. While dealing the fatal blow, Bhima said, now I have avenged your insult to the party. They left Duryodhana mortally wounded. Meanwhile, Ashwatthama was plotting to avenge his father, dead. He along with some friends, went to the Pandava camp and mistaking the Pandava's son to be the Pandavas, killed them while they were asleep. The Pandavas had won the war, but there was a great sorrow in their camp for having lost their son. Bhima said, we have won the war, but what a price we had to pay. Krishna consoled him and said, do not grieve over the past, Yudhishthira. Go back to Hastinapura and rule it wisely. So, the Pandavas returned to Hastinapura and ruled it well for many, many years. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.